Toyota has a history of capable off-road SUVs, from the FJ Cruiser to the 4Runner to the luxurious Land Cruiser. While the Land Cruiser is leaving the American market starting in 2022, and the FJ Cruiser hasn't been sold there since 2014, Toyota is intent on staying competitive in the off-road space as the market transitions to electric vehicles and will launch a tough compact electric SUV in the coming years. Previewed by the compact cruiser EV concept, the SUV will get boxy styling and rugged bumpers and body cladding. Very little is known about the electric powertrain, but the instant torque of the electric motors should make it decently quick and adept at navigating rough terrain. So, let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about the reborn cruiser, which has shocked the entire car industry. So, let's get started. Toyota might have been late to the EV party, but it sure did gatecrash in style with no less than 16 EVs unveiled at a recent event. Amongst the myriad of concept cars, one caught our eye, and it is a mid-sized SUV destined to revive the FJ Cruiser moniker. Currently being called as the Compact Cruiser EV, the name does partly give away its intentions of being an all-electric Ford Bronco rival. As with the pickup EV prototype parked alongside it, Toyota wasn't too generous with the details regarding this boxy vehicle. However, if it makes it to production, and it should, seeing as Akio Toyota said that most of the 15 concepts will, the Compact Cruiser EV should become an instant hit. Just think about it. It's a compact crossover like the Ford Bronco Sport, but it's all electric. These attributes alone place it in one of the market's hottest segments, but the Compact Cruiser EV has a lot more going for it. For starters, its styling is a clear throwback of the FJ Cruiser, which itself was a homage to one of the toughest and most popular Toyota vehicles ever, the FJ40 Land Cruiser off-roader. Toyota designers seem to have hit a home run with the Concept Cruiser EV, seamlessly incorporating the retro design cues into a modern package. So if your first thought upon glancing at the compact cruisers is love child of the Ford Bronco and FJ Cruiser, then you're not alone. The Toyota Concept is a boxy small 4x4, or at least we assume it's a four-wheel drive, with butch detailing, funky flourishes, and chunky all-terrain tires poking from each corner. It seems roughly Bronco Sport size, so if its capability even vaguely matches its off-road looks, it will make a natural competitor to the Ford, which is among the only truly off-road able small SUVs you can buy. Now let's get this right out in the open. Toyota needs to build a production version of the Compact Cruiser EV concept as soon as possible. This thing would sell like avocado toast, even if it's not capable of wandering off pavement. But of course, plenty of automakers such as Revivan with its new R1S SUV and R1T pickup truck, plus GMC with the reborn Hummer EV line, are proving that electrics are very capable off-road. So there'd be no reason to worry about being regulated to tarmac when behind the wheel of this tiny Toyota. Dimensions in mind, or at least those visibly apparent being that Toyota has given us very little to go on so far, the Compact Cruiser EV concept might have more in common with Suzuki's original Samurai or that brand's more recent subcompact Jimmy SUV than the near mid-size FJ Cruiser or the original FJ40 it's spiritually emulating. We do know that it doesn't share the FJ Cruiser's body on frame chassis or anything else from that Go Anywhere utility, other than some styling cues, a version of the original FJ40's sky blue exterior paint and the Toyota lettering on the similarly narrow grille. Therefore, where the 2006 present FJ Cruiser may have preceded a number of would-be peers, particularly Ford's reinvented Bronco and Land Rover's completely reimagined Defender, the Compact Cruiser EV concept appears destined to electrify its retro off-roading class if produced. Unfortunately, however, we can lump Compact Cruiser EV concept electric motor and battery specs into our zero-knowledge base. As far as we can tell, this SUV is more of a design study, but being that today's Toyota rarely misses out on an opportunity to cash in on a good idea in which Toyota wants to prepare as many options as possible for their customers around the world, stated the automaker's president, Akio Toyoda, during the presentation. The namesake brand introduced 17 concepts as part of the program, of which most body styles and capabilities currently available with traditional internal combustion power were represented, from crossover-like family haulers to sports cars, SUVs, a pickup truck, and vans. The wide spectrum of potential offerings showing that Toyota isn't about to give up any market share or brand heritage in its quest to go electric. Likewise, the presentation showed off 7 Lexus EVs in various shapes and sizes, and hinted at 6 more hidden behind in the shadows. Altogether, the Japanese automaker plans to offer 30 BEV models across the Toyota and Lexus brands globally by 2030, with more on the way after that. due to so many models in the planning stages, and he promised to provide BEVs in all segments, including sedans, SUVs, K-cars, commercial vehicles, and other segments. There's certainly a place for this compact cruiser EV concept. In addition, the little SUV is all angles and edges, with obvious styling cues pulled from classic FJs and the more recently updated FJ Cruiser, plus a number of design details from other Toyota models, including the current RAV4 TRD Off-Road, the 4Runner TRD Pro, the Tacoma TRD Pro, and the new 2022 Tundra pickup truck. Furthermore, while the hood scoop appears inspired by similar ones on the FJ Cruiser or recent Tacoma/Tundra TRD Pro models, the rectangular LED headlamps are closer to the new 2022 Tundra, whereas the chunky C-shaped driving lights are more distinctive still, at least to Toyota. The tiny concept also takes everything that previously made the FJ Cruiser look rugged up a notch, with a beefier front skid plate embellished by blazing red tow hooks, plus 4 of the most aggressive matte black fender flares ever imagined for this size of 4x4. So Toyota's FT4X concept was a recent example of similar styling and was no doubt inspiration for this new BEV as well. Fortunately, the compact cruiser EV concept's designers were more practical with its body style than those behind the FJ Cruiser, with full-size, traditionally front-hinged rear doors for easier to the back seat, while the cargo area appears to be nice and upright, which is ideal for loading in as much gear as possible. As it is, Toyota hasn't revealed a single rear exterior image or any photos of the interior either, so therefore details about the powertrain and the platform underpinning this new SUV are unknown as well. According to sources, the interior design of the Toyota compact cruiser EV is in line with its rugged and old-school exterior, but it's contemporary wherever one would expect. A fully digital instrument cluster and a large floating touchscreen infotainment system are mounted on the single panel. The horizontal dashboard appears to feature a wide, slim air vent. A scale model of the concept sits as a decor piece in the middle of the dashboard. The center console is ergonomically placed, and it looks like a floating panel, which hints at a free cabin space for a storage compartment beneath. Another interior headlight is a chunky 2-spoke multi-function steering wheel with flattened top and bottom spokes. So, will Toyota actually build such a vehicle? The automaker broke our hearts once before with an eerily similar small SUV concept, the FT4X. That mini 4x4 wasn't electric, or promised to be, but was clearly intended to be more capable than your average small SUV. It was loaded with clever features, and even wore a vertical body stripe just behind its rear doors like this compact cruiser does. The two vehicles' roof profiles, general styling, and stances also have tons of overlap. Let's hope Toyota actually pulls through with this compact cruiser, because that would make it first into the off-road all-electric space at a conventional price point. And with off-road SUVs being so popular nowadays, the compact cruiser EV truly looks like a no-brainer from Toyota. Add any zero-emission powertrain in the equation, and the question becomes how soon Toyota can produce it, not if. So if the Japanese automaker brings this thing to market quickly, it will have the market for all-electric compact off-road SUVs all to itself, at least for a while. Therefore, we expect a global debut for the production version around 2024, and the car to arrive by 2025. It might seem like a long wait, but fans of the FJ already know that what's coming their way is definitely worth all the time. And this is it for today, guys. What are your thoughts on today's video? Let us know in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.